Okay, so that maybe gets me set up, hopefully. Desktop audio device. Okay. You can hear me. Can you hear you now? You can't? Or you can? You can't? Alright, how about now? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a no.
Hello. No.
Okay. Just keep talking for a second here and see if we can get the things in it.
Oh, I can hear myself.
You can hear yourself? And you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. I got the sounds working. They can hear me do this.
This is going professional.
Alright, so they still waiting on the ready carry? So they got no link yet. They only got like 2 minutes here.
It'll get better in time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fix this up. As soon as this lets me change the names. They're watching me change all these names live. If you guys couldn't tell, it's my first time running this. I have very little idea on where things were, so... Alright. Probably watching me move this too.
While they're starting to discuss stuff with the bands.
It looks like they are getting ready to do pick in bands, but they don't have a draft link up just yet. So since they can hear us, Destiny, how do you feel about these two teams?
I don't know just yet. You've seen GoonSquad once, and that's did not go too great for them.
I mean, you got that, but you've also seen most of a lot of the Chicken Riders players from last season.
If I remember, some of them did not return this season. Chicken Riders did very well last season, though. So, will be good to finally see them back in action. Or at least some of their members.
That is the hope.
So, sorry about the inconvenience. It's our host's first time, and we're waiting for the pick band phase. You gotta thank you.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Alright. Nope, they still don't have a link. It's been put in the Discord. Alright, well they've said it's in Discord, but I don't know where in Discord they put it.
There we go.
How do you have it? There
Yeah,
we go.
it.
Alright, now I can switch over.
We don't have that. Oh no, wait, hold on.
Oh, that's right. I have to do it different. Oh no, they gave me the wrong link.
That's not the...
They do it here. Am I just like insane? No.
Either we timed out of the lobby or I just got kicked.
It looks like, yeah, the lobby timed out.
Aye. Great. Well, I already have the...
I found their spectator stuff. They made it, like, very far in advance. That's why. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and just, go back over here.
Oh.
I'm unmuting. Alright, so they have the draft going. Although
They have the draft going as we speak.
Requiem, just go ahead and talk about it while I try to figure out why it's not actually working.
Well, for those that can't see, for the side of GoonSquad, there was a Set, Ivern, and a Vayne for the first 3 bands, with a Leona as our first pick. And for the side of Chicken Ryders, we have a Hecarim, Victor, Ezreal for the first 3, with an Ornn as the pick. They're currently trying to lock in their second pick right now. And they're...
Alright. Apologies, I could not get the link to work, so I had to use a different method. So now we can see everything that they're picking and looking at. Hold on, something happened? Oh, okay, Zoe. Okay.
Zoe is Trist.
Yeah, so Zoe is Tristana, so it looks like it is not a Zoe versus Syndra, which is kind of depressing for me.
Though we do, yeah, we do get the Syndra on the mid lane for the side of GoonSquad and Aatrox in top lane. Syndesia, I know you play a bit of Syndra, so how do you feel about Syndra in the mid lane currently?
Fantastic blind picked champion. She's able to wave clear. She has the potential of one-shotting. I will say, unfortunately, with that last pick, Annie is not a fun matchup for Syndra. She will be able to easily run up and fight her. I personally hate that matchup, but it's not the worst in the world. We're banning Skarner as well. That seems to... I've been seeing that one pop up a little bit.
With a Kindred for the jungle ban on the side of GoonSquad.
Mumu ban. Man, this is like they're banning out a friend of mine. But, you know, tanks, especially right now, are very strong. They're very tough to deal with, and Tristana can get through them, but I think Annie has a little bit of trouble.
Very much, yes. Going back to a ban from earlier, Ivern seems to be a lot of popularity recently. Don't know why, but yeah.
You know, just keeping your team alive. I'm assuming that was the Maokai they were hovering.
I'm assuming that was a Maokai ban.
Yeah.
Double checking. Yes, it is a Maokai ban. Let's see what the Chicken Riders have for their first pick in the second round of picking. Oh, and Elise for the jungle.
Personally, I love Elise. I'm a huge fan of AP junglers, though. So, like Lilia, Elise, even Nidalee. I'm awful at Nidalee, but I love watching AP junglers. To me, they're just so much more entertaining to see than the AD stuff like Graves and Hecarim, or even the tanks. The tanks are kind of boring.
We got MF Leona for MF Leona for our bot lane, maybe.
Still hovering.
Yeah,
yep.
MF. How do you feel about that with the Leona lane there,
Well,
Sugisu?
that's a very aggressive lane. They're looking to go in, lock people down, and just make them not able to actually react to what's happening before they're able to drop their health bar low enough.
Mm-hmm. And we get a tank Sejuani maybe for a jungler on the side of GoonSquad.
I wouldn't
Yep.
assume tank. You never know. It could be going AP full crit Sejuani. I've seen some interesting things like Night Harvester Ivern, so I wouldn't put past anything. And a Pike support.
Yeah. So it looks like our lanes have been decided: Aatrox, Ornn, Sejuani versus Elise, Syndra versus Annie, and MF Leona versus a Trist Pike. Remember that Zoe is actually a Trist.
Yes. Yes, that is a Tristana.
How do you feel about the Tristana Pike lane before I give my opinions on the top lane matchup?
So I'm gonna be honest, this is exactly how I feel about so many of these bot lane matchups right now. They are very heavy engaged. They just want to go in, and fight. And it feels like they always come down to whoever can get the clean engage on the enemy AD carry while having their AD carry not engaged on. I will say the advantage of the Pike is that Pike does do more damage than the Tristana.
That's actually quite surprising, but in my opinion, in this top lane matchup, Ornn's not really going to be able to do much versus Aatrox early. After a few items, he might, but Aatrox just an impressive top laner right now. And recently, since the patch has come out, he's gotten a little bit more Omni Vamp on his R because of they switched it for the E. And he's really oppressive in lane, out of lane, wherever he is. Whatever he can get behind, then Aatrox isn't that scary anymore.
Does have a lot of
While
that sustain. They're gonna have to buy some Grievous on that team for just the Aatrox.
While we are in the client side of the picks and bans, what do you think is the win condition for both teams?
So I'm gonna be a little honest here. I definitely feel like GoonSquad. I honestly, both teams are very heavy in the I want to pick somebody off. But they do have very solid team fight ultimates. You got like the Misfortune ultimate, you got like Sejuani over there. They can lock down areas, kill people. Even on the other side, it's kind of the same thing. Like you got people that can pick people off, like the Elise or Pike. But then you have like the Tristana and Ornn that can easily, AD carries are very good for team fighting. The Annie, she can get multi-person stun ultimates off, where the Ornn's got his ultimate off. So it feels like they're mainly pick comps with the ability to start fights if they want to.
Yeah, definitely. I think. What do you think would be the main carries for the side of GoonSquad and Chicken Ryders here? Who do you think's going to get fed? Who do you think's going to get left behind? And who do you think's going to go even in their lanes?
So, GoonSquad is a lot tankier. The Aatrox does want to duel 1v1. I think he could be a very popular carry over there. As well as the Syndra. Syndra can blow people up. She has good utility on top of it. If you open with your ultimate, get like large multi-person stuns, doing loads of damage. So she has that good potential as well. I'm not as huge of a fan on the Misfortune as far as carrying is concerned. I like how it's an aggressive lane and a good ultimate, but I think she's going to have to rely on the help of her teammates to not have that ultimate immediately stopped by like the Ornn or the Pike. And then looking at the other team, Tristana is probably one of the biggest threats that Chicken Ryders has. Tristana just does a lot of damage very quickly, especially with that press the attack. And then Annie, of course. Even if she only gets one person, she's very good at one-shotting one person. So if she can get in there, one-shot that MF, one-shot that Misfortune, then that's going to be very good for them.
Yeah, definitely. Chicken Riders here, yeah, they look to have a pretty solid pick comp. They have the Pike, and he can just stun someone, and so can Elise. The Ornn here is going to help with their item decisions for the mythics, help them scale a little bit more, even though... yeah, that is one question I wanted to ask you. Who do you think has the better scaling comp? In my opinion, I think GoonSquad with the MF, Syndra, Sejuani, and Leona have the better scaling comp. Chicken Riders just looks more like an early game comp with the Elise and the Pike.
Yeah, I will agree that it does look like GoonSquad has a better scaling comp. However, as far as individual champions are concerned, I think Tristana is the best scaling champion in this game. Although, I'm a little biased because I used to play bot lane with, like, Tristana, so...
It used to be an 80 carry main for I don't know how long, but...
4 years.
I'm a little...
Now I play mid.
But... While we're still waiting here, hopefully everyone's having a good Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Hopefully everyone can relax a little bit, be prepared for the weekends. Going to have a lot more streams set up, and yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully the weeks are going well.
I wanted to ask, since we asked about GoonSquad's bot lane, but what do you think about the Tristana Pike lane?
I think it's the same kind of lane, honestly. It's a very heavy engage, want to fight, jump in, one-shot somebody kind of lane. They do with the advantage. I do think Pike does a little bit more damage than Leona, but is less tanky.
But unlike Leona, he does have that sustain when he's out of vision because of his passive. So.
He will be able to sustain out if he gets poked. Those misfortune Qs, even with Pike's sustain, if she managed to land a few of those on Tristana or Pike, could turn that bot lane very heavily in her favor.
Especially after a few items, her Qs will hurt if she maxes those.
Yeah, we've talked about pretty much every lane except for the jungle. We got about 50 seconds here before we have to do a transition over, but I mean, what do you think about the junglers? We got, Sejuani with all that CC and tankiness that she's going to bring to the team, and the Elise with usually I see a lot of AP bursty Elises.
I think in terms of early game, the Elise was going to have the advantage. Sejuani's not going to be tanky enough, while the Elise will probably be all over the map, ganking for her laners, trying to farm when she can. But that's just what the champions are. Sejuani's more towards that late game. Elise is very heavily wanting to get into the early game and snowball her way there. But I think if this drags out for more than 20 minutes or 25 minutes, I think the Sejuani will have the advantage coming forward, unless Chicken Ryders does what they did last season for most of their squads and just pull up and just stomp everywhere.
All right. We have made it into the loading screen now.
From the looks of it, everyone's rune page seems to be normal. Got a Conquer on the Aatrox, Aftershock on the Sejuani, Aftershock on the Leona, Electrocute and Dark Harvest on the Syndra and Misfortune respectively. Nothing seems to be wrong here. But the barrier into the Annie matchup, what do you think that's her best summoner to go in that sort of matchup in the mid lane?
It is your heavy anti-burst summoner, so it makes it harder for Annie to just go in and one-shot the Syndra. Because as I did say before, it is not a fantastic lane matchup for Syndra. It definitely favors the Annie, and just having that little bit of safety from barrier will inherently just counter the Ignite and just make Annie's damage a little less, hopefully being able to keep her alive.
Will indeed. No. While we're waiting here, just anything else you want to go over before we get into the game?
As I said, I did like to play Tristana a little bit, and I'm a little bit more impartial to the press the attack. I've been seeing a lot of Hail of Blades, and I completely understand why, and I know why they enjoy taking the Hail of Blades for that fast burst, but me personally, I definitely favor the Hail of Blades. Either will work, though.
We had 10.
Yeah, I'm setting up a lot of stuff.
Yes,
Okay.
sorry, this is still her first time.
I'm at 19 seconds.
She's already out of sync with me.
I have it paused at 19. So let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1.
Alright.
And we already have pings going out. Looks like, are they going to try for the invade for Chicken Riders, or
It
does
does
not
look
seem the
like they
Ornn
are
is.
going for that invade.
It doesn't seem like the Ornn has caught up to them yet, though.
Ornn is kind of
What?
stuck. He can't go into that bush without the Sedge seeing him. Might be trying to bait.
They're just doing in the mid lane right now. They're just doing the classic dance, but that is very fast for what the Ornn is doing. Oh, Pike tried it. I respect the Ornn not trying to go for the bush there, but we have Aatrox actually setting up in Ornn's tri-bush, waiting for him to go there. Looks like there will be a little scuffle maybe.
Oh, yep, just a little bit of scuffle. I do apologize. I'm still getting everything set up and put together here.
Looking at the items here, everyone's items seem normal. Got the Dorn's Blade for Aatrox, MF, and Tristana here. Oh, that Ornn, what are you doing?
What happened?
If you can see this, Ornn has only bought refillable potion. He has not bought anything else.
If I recall correctly, that's actually fine. Because he gets like the first few minions and just builds an item. I also think that I am echoing through your mic right now.
Or do you not have the stream muted?
I don't have the stream open.
That is certainly weird.
I'm also trying to fix my stream.
Honestly, it just feels a little weird that Ornn wouldn't go for the refillable.
Oh, Pike going in for the engage on the Leona, blowing Flash, hooking the Misfortune. Misfortune having to blow Flash to get away. Both summoners from Pike are down as well as Misfortunes there. Very aggressive from the side of Chicken Riders.
Yeah, very aggressive there. And as I was saying, it was a little weird by the Ornn, but he did end up going for Doran's Shield. I honestly, personally, would have thought the Doran's Shield would have been helpful, especially for that level 1 skirmish. Just looking like a classic trading all over the map.
Oh, another engage onto the Leona. They are really hooking that Leona. The bomb's going to go off. Leona down to 300 as well as Tristana. Leona's going to have a little bit more sustain, though.
Actually, I do believe Pike actually missed his hook as he was trying to hook the MF. Leona actually wanted to go in on the Tristana there. Looks like Syndra is nearly out of mana, while Annie nearly has full mana, and it seems Pike really wanted to go for these hooks on Leona there.
Alright, I do apologize. It seems like the HUD scaling is a little off. I am working on fixing that as we're casting. So please bear with me on that.
Again, first time. Right now, we're primarily focused on this bot lane a lot here. And,
yeah, bot lane being very aggressive with the Elise kind of showing down there as well.
It looks like Aatrox has actually stopped.
Oh, and Elise landing the stun on the Leona. Leona's going to engage on having to flash away. Will the bomb take her out? And she's going to get away with just a little bit of HP with the flash. Misfortune still trying to focus in on that Tristana. Tristana very low. Sejuani now fighting the Pike. A good stun onto the Misfortune. Re-engages on Leona, goes onto the Tristana, gets Ignite off. Leona is dead to Elise. A few more auto attacks will go off on the Misfortune and Sedge before they're safe under tower.
But such a good play by the Pike there, actually. As Leona wanted to go in, Pike had already gotten his E off, which made the Leona stunned as she went in on Tristana. A good eye by the Elise to go save her ADC there. As we were seeing, Everywhere else on the map seems to be pretty chill, except for the bot lane. What's with bot lanes these seasons and always getting like 3 to 4 man ganks?
Oh, Sejuani is getting attacked by the enemy support. Misfortune going in on that Tristana. Tristana having to jump away. Pyke trying to go in on that Misfortune, but going down with a Leona stun. Elise now caught in the enemy jungle with 2 champions chasing her down. Looks like they're going to opt to just go for the Krugs, though.
A little greedy there by the Pyke and Tristana, as Tristana even...
Elise jumping back over, man, really aggressive, really trying to mess up the Sejuani any way she can right there.
Yes, it is setting Sejuani behind on a few camps, but Elise is also not going for her own camps. Still a little bit greedy there by the Pyke and the Tristana. Pyke didn't get out, and Tristana, if she didn't have jump, she would not have gotten out there. Just seeing some farming up in the top lane right now. And looks like Annie's looking towards bottom, or probably just a ward. Looking at gold leads here, it's actually pretty close for the bot lane, in spite of all the fighting. But to be fair, it is 6 minutes into the game right now. Looking at the items here, everything seems pretty normal. Ornn actually going for the early Bramble Vest, good play by him. The early Grievous Wounds to combat the Aatrox. What do you think Tristana would be going here with all those long swords?
It looks like the components to a Noon Quiver to me. Probably a Kraken Slayer. Very popular item, lots of damage, goes well with Hail Blades, you get a free proc on it. Leona getting hooked again, Pyke trying to get a stun, stuns both Misfortune and Leona. Tristana then jumping in, Pyke is a little far away. Tristana getting very, very low right there, and Pyke taking some turret shots is going to go down to the Misfortune. Annie and Syndra. Syndra was trying to rotate. Looks like Annie cut her off.
A little bit ambitious there by the side of Chicken Ryders. Tristana and Pyke having to use their only escape spells to go in pre-level 6. And it's not what you want to see. Pyke dying again. Tristana almost dying a second time, but living on solo HP.
Oh, Annie just getting harassed under the tower and eventually just goes down to the Syndra ults altogether.
Isn't that what you like to see in a lane that doesn't preferably favor you in a matchup like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to play those bad matchups and come out on top.
In terms of farm, everyone else is pretty close, but because of the 2 kills on the MF, she's actually ahead in gold.
Yeah, we got, looks like they're looking for that Leona right there, and they're going to pick her off very slowly, but chase her all the way down the river to get her. Annie and Syndra now being blocked by each other. Syndra really wanting to play against that Annie. Have to play careful with how many people are there.
Still more trades in the top lane.
Oh, Ornn ult coming out. Aatrox ult coming out as well, but so much CC from Ornn, keeping him in place enough to kill him. And this looks like a Chicken Ryders dragon.
This Leona is basically a magnet for those Pyke hooks right now. She's always getting hit by them. If it works out in their favor or not, sometimes it's up to the question. But we get a TP back on. We get a TP on the Aatrox back top lane. Honestly, would have saved it for probably a place somewhere else, but to keep Ornn off of those plates. And looking at the jungle farm here, Sejuani seems to be up by at least by 14 farm.
Oh, Aatrox going in on that Ornn, doing some damage to him. Ornn trying to CC him and keep him down. The chain whip coming out from Aatrox to do a little bit more damage. Aatrox getting his Qs off now. Ornn very low. Both of them are very low. Both flash. And will he get in range for the auto, or will Ornn will be able to get his E cooldown up before he is able to get hit by the Aatrox.
And if we...
Oh, Tristana now going in on the Leona. Misfortune getting hooked, having to flash away as well.
Yeah. just all around either good fights or good trades for both for side of Chicken Riders here. Orn actually managing to get out after the Sejuani tried to gank him. Going back to that fight in the top lane, actually, the Bramble Vest did make it hard for Aatrox to heal, and he used most of his damage pretty early there. So all he had to do was either auto and hope, or just try to wait for his abilities. Also, the bush actually worked against Aatrox there, so making the Ornn not visible for a few seconds so he could get that E onto him. And if we before that bot lane skirmish, there was actually a small fight mid lane where Annie barely got out alive, and I believe so did Syndra, even though both had the pop flash, but not flash, but ults.
Yeah, it looks like Syndra popped barrier as well. Elise now ganking top. The ult coming out from Ornn. CCing the Aatrox with stun from Elise as well. He's going to go down so quickly.
Normally, Aatrox would be loving a matchup into a tank like this, but Ornn just has so much CC, so much survivability, can make those items without even backing, and then the Elise just being an early game ganking jungler. What can you really do? But good play by the side of Chicken Riders there, and seems both the top laner and the bot laner of GoonSquad not having that best of a time right now, at least in terms of how many ganks they're getting onto themselves.
It's like bot lane Pyke trying to look to play aggressive. Hook onto the Tristana at full stun. Misfortune just trying not to get stunned by the Pyke. Sejuani coming in with Leona ult. Pyke going down so quickly. Tristana is going to go down as well slightly after, but not before putting some damage into the Misfortune.
Sadly, I don't think Chicken Riders saw the Sejuani coming in. And still, Tristana and Pyke using their only movement speed spells, or not movement, using their only movement spells for escaping to try to get in on the Misfortune, and it's just not working into their favor here. Probably will be a saving grace for the side of GoonSquad. It's a fact that the bot lane for Chicken Riders is messing up quite a bit here, and MF is getting fed.
Oh, Elise now going in on the Aatrox that was trying to check the bush. Gonna get knocked up by the Ornn and just go down before he can make it to safety. Syndra now looking for the Annie, and he is going to find her with the stun ultimate.
Just good play mid, good communication top on the Elise gank. Actually, her waiting, and this will be a cracked first tower because of the Rift Herald.
It's a lot of plate gold for Ornn and Elise.
Actually, Ornn is already ahead in farm as well. Let's see the gold lead here. He has a 2k gold lead on the Aatrox. That is not what you like to see if you are GoonSquad's top laner. But in terms of gold leads for the bot lane, there is almost a 1k gold lead, over a 1k gold lead for the mid laners, and almost a 1k gold lead for the side of Chicken Riders in terms of the jungler here. The only one that actually coasts is the supports, because support items, what can you do?
Yeah, I will say top half of the map is going to Chicken Riders, but GoonSquad still pulling together a solid bottom half of the map. The gold is very even, with only 200 gold advantage in Chicken Riders. I might have reversed the names there. Oh, we got a Nashor's Tooth coming out for the Elise.
That is certainly something you don't see every day, and she has a Dark Seal too. Will she want to upgrade that into the Magi's Lady?
Is going into the pit. We got a teleport coming in from Ornn. Syndra is now moving down. This is looking to be a 5v4. Aatrox might not make it in time. A flash over the wall from Sedge, and Syndra finding the Pyke over the wall. Leona going really aggressive on that Tristana, with the Misfortune ult just going in, tearing through the Tristana, but her going down to the Syndra, or the Sejuani. Syndra finding the Annie. Misfortune now setting her sights on the Ornn, with Syndra trying to hunt down that Elise. It looks like Ornn will go down to the Aatrox, and Elise will be able to walk away from this one.
Such a good fight by GoonSquad there. Even though they lost to Dragon, I think it was still worth it for them, since it's only one Cloud Drake, only one. Forget how much ultimate CD.
15 ability haste. It's 15 ability haste for the ultimate.
I still think that went to the side of GoonSquad, and that is such a good play by the Syndra there. That's why you have to be careful with champs like Annie or Ivern, who Syndra can just
Flash coming for the Pyke, trying to stun. He's getting engaged back in on, but we'll just go down to the Sejuani and Syndra right there.
This Pyke is just getting caught out a lot here.
Just so aggressive.
As I was saying during that dragon fight, you have to actually be careful for Annie and for champions like Annie and Ivern who have that ultimate that is basically an extra body. Because if you saw their Syndra took the Tibbers and actually almost killed Pyke with it, with just a little damage from Sejuani being enough to take down the Pyke and setting up the fight for GoonSquad.
Oh, Tristana looking a little ahead, but it's just Leona, so nothing's gonna come in out of that.
Oh, we actually have Pyke in the top lane here, helping the Personally, I don't know if this is good for the Pyke. He's soaking up XP for the Ornn, but that's just me here. Looking at the completed items, Aatrox just got his Gourd Drinker, and Luden's Echo for the Syndra.
Yeah, we're getting some mythics out here.
MF actually going for the very popular right now Gale Force instead of the Eclipse. Honestly, what do you think about Gale Force versus Eclipse for MF?
Yeah, I think it's actually kind of funny because I know there was a bug not too long ago with the Gale Force that allowed her to like widen her ultimate with it. Oh, the Gale Force just going in trying to get Tristana, gets her to jump, but Elise is coming in from behind. Gets stunned by Elise. Elise is going to be half-healthing the Misfortune. She's going to have to flash away, getting the ultimate on the Tristana, but will go down to the Elise.
She went down to Elise, actually giving her a 550 gold shutdown. And it looks like the control ward there might save the...
Flash from Leona, but you got to respect the queue-up time for the Tristana W. Also, it looks like somebody thinks one of us sounds like Michael Cera. I don't know which one they're talking about.
I don't know, probably not you. I have never heard of that person before, and I'm sorry if I have made you a little bit sad by that.
Here, wait,
but honestly,
never heard of Michael Cera? Have you ever watched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
No.
Okay, you have a deprived child. Ornn looking for the ultimate on the Syndra, lands it, flashes over the wall to CC her, almost taking out so much health out of the Syndra right there as he flashes over the wall to safety. Pyke missing the hook, allowing the Syndra to get out. Elise now trying to set her sights on that Syndra. Aatrox being a good friend and tanking that W for the Syndra right there. Tristana just low to the Misfortune right there. Dodges barely the Sejuani ult.
Not bad by the side of Chicken Riders here, but you basically blown two ultimates for Syndra to get away there. But for a flash, so is it worth it? Probably. Well, over here in the bot lane, MF is just going in on these towers. Almost took out the Tristana with the Sejuani. Honestly, looking at the game now, what do you think would be good for Chicken Riders to come back with?
I mean, saying come back, but really they need to focus their sights on that Misfortune and Syndra. Kill those two, at least one of those champions as quickly as possible when they do these fights. If they're allowed to stay alive even for a little bit, they're going to have a very severe disadvantage. But it looks like they found the Misfortune and a good shutdown going to the Annie.
Honestly, very lucky that Annie got that kill there. Oh, and Dragon is about to come up. A wrong time for MF to die, but Annie doesn't have the flash ult. She just has his Tibbers out right now, so still can be used by the Syndra to make something happen.
It is an extra thing. Looks like they're opting to pull the Dragon out, forcing GoonSquad to aggress even farther forward if they wish to contest. A stun coming out from Syndra onto the Pyke, doing so much damage. Sejuani jumping the wall. and just does not have the ability to steal. Looks like she gets back over the wall without dying, so no harm, no foul. But Orin coming in with the ultimate, hitting both Cinder and Leona. Annie and Pyke are the only two that are not stunned by the Syndra. It looks like they're going to be able to just walk that off. Sejuani very low right now.
Despite the...
Oh, knocking up the Syndra. Pyke ult coming in and finding the Sejuani. Orin going down quicker and quicker with the Misfortune and Syndra right there, and eventually goes down to the Syndra ultimate. Gale Force coming in from Misfortune, trying to find a pick on the Annie, but respecting the damage, not chasing too hard into it. Gets stunned by the Elise. Looks like Annie's going to be able to get away with that Pyke hook on the Aatrox.
Yeah, Aatrox and TP in there, get a kill, or at least make him back off. But if you didn't see there, MF I believe actually tried to pop her ult, but she got instantly stunned.
Pyke getting stunned on her tower. It's always got to pay attention. No shopping while you're recalling.
They decided Chicken Riders, they have to respect the Syndra, but I will say, even for the almost 4K gold lead that GoonSquad has, they haven't gotten a single dragon. Next drag for Chicken Riders will actually be their soul, so they need to keep fighting for it.
It's a good soul to have, Infernal Drake. It's a lot of damage right there.
Oh, but looks like Aatrox actually took the red buff in front of
but
Tristana.
He's running into Annie. Tristana jumps over the wall. Looks like he may have gotten the red buff, but he just wanted to give a gift to the Tristana there.
May not have been the red buff's goal, but it will be the Aatrox's death. But, yeah. So, looking at it, if Chicken Riders can get all these dragons, I think they would be in a much better spot. But Pyke does seem to get caught out quite a few times here, along with the Aatrox for both teams.
What is...
So...
I apologize. My chat keeps getting turned on, and I've got no idea why. So I can't keep it turned off. It looks like Chicken Riders is opting to see if they can sneak the Baron. They've got 4 of their members there with only Ornn in the bot lane. They're doing some damage to it fairly quickly. But it looks like GoonSquad is moving up with 4 of their members and Aatrox not far behind. Pyke acting as a scouting party, hooking the Syndra, stunning some people as well as the MF ultimate. And engaging on Annie is going to go off as well. Baron is going to go down to Chicken Riders. Leona ult not stunning anybody, but getting good slows off. Leona and Misfortune are going to die here. Pyke is going to die to Syndra. Oh, Aatrox is going to go, Annie's going to go down to Aatrox, and Sejuani dies to the Tristana bomb. Aatrox now looking to find a way out, but the Tristana with that extra jump is going to find a little kill there on the Aatrox.
Aatrox just getting clipped by the area for Ornn's knock-up. And, seems that there's been a lot of objective fights here for both teams, but maybe the fights have been going into GoonSquad's favor here, but the objectives have just been going inside Chicken Riders.
Ornn engaging in the Syndra. Syndra having to Zhonya's through that CC, flashes away. 200 HP left. Barely managed to get away. Ornn is now getting run down by the Misfortune. He's going to knock up both of them, but only to die the Misfortune at the same time. Leona engaged on the Tristana, locking her down for a few seconds, forcing her to flash away. Elise now turning her sights in on the Misfortune. Leona's going to go down to the Tristana, and Misfortune kills that Elise. Tristana now trying to pick up a kill, but both Cinder and Misfortune avoiding it. And Misfortune goes down to the minions. Cinder's still trying to pop a bunch of abilities with so many minions in the way. Annie is at full health. Pyke is a little bit more on the low side, both getting knocked up by the Aatrox right there. And Tristana getting stunned by the Cinder, going down. Annie trying to go in to help, but getting stunned by the Sejuani ult. Pyke now trying to find the Syndra, jumping in across the back on it, finally taking out that Syndra. Pyke now finding himself in a little bit of trouble with the Aatrox right there. Aatrox popping his ultimate, and it looks like Aatrox is going to find the kill on Pyke.
Yeah, there was just a lot of back and forth there. First Ornn dying, and Leona, then MF dying to the minions. And something that I would like to know is that it was a little bit weird to look at, but Pike with his passive health on his HP bar actually blocked out what looked to be a hex drink, so I didn't even know he had that until I looked at his items.
Orin coming with the ultimate as GoonSquad is trying to find themselves a Drake. They do get the Drake. Elise is now in the middle of 3 people getting knocked down by the Misfortune ultimate. Orin now in trouble himself. They do have quite a bit of CC. Orin is not able to move very far. This will be the end of him right there.
You know, one thing going for the side of GoonSquad is that they have all that CC between Leona and Sidfar and even a little bit of Syndra and Aatrox. And they actually were able to stop the Soul for a while.
Oh, Annie getting hit by the chains, but manages to move out in time. Oh, I forgot about the Blast Cone. I thought she was going to be trapped. With Infernal Drake, we do get those extra Blast Cones, which are nice.
Yeah, they are nice. A little bit of a a little bit of a weird thing to come across if you're just farming the jungle with an Infernal Drake land on. So.
Oh, Pike looking for aggression right there.
Yeah, those blast cones can be a little bit of blessing workers.
Oh, hook in on the Leona. So much engaged, but it looks like they're just going to leave Leona there. They're going to find that pick right there on her. Pike being bloodthirsty, looking for someone else to hook right there.
Yeah, there just seems to be fight after fight after fight.
Oh, and he found the Syndra. Syndra now having to do whatever she can, but takes Annie and Tristana with her. Not looking good. Pike now low, having to use his stun to get away. Misfortune now putting every bit of damage she has into the Ornn. Elise getting hit by the Sejuani ult, but they are going to focus down the Ornn. Without their tank, it's going to be very difficult for Pike and Elise to be able to do anything, but it looks like they're going to go in and find the ult in on Aatrox. MF is going to go down to Elise, but Elise is going to die to Sejuani. There was a lot happening there. That's so fast.
There was a lot happening in the last 3 minutes, my boy, but it actually looked like everyone was going to be a little bit fine, but I think a Pike hook hooked in the Aatrox, which was very unfortunate for the side Chicken Ryders, but what was really unfortunate is Syndra. They have to always respect the Syndra because she just, even as she was dying, took down Justana and Annie both at the same time, heavily reducing the damage that Chicken Ryders has.
Alright, well we've hit more of a calm section of the match, clearing some vision, getting some farm fixed up here. So let's take a minute, let's look at what the items people have. We got like Night Harvester, Lich Bane on that Elise right now. Sejuani just building those tank items. We've got a lot of items that have been coming out recently, very quickly out of those fights, and it looks like everybody's going around Baron right now, actually.
We actually have an Hourglass and a Void Staff coming in from the Syndra. Personally, you play Syndra. Are those really the second items you go for in a game like this?
No, personally, I'm not so sure about the Void Staff. There's not a whole lot of MR, aside from like the Pike's Maw that's coming out. I would have went for like a Horizon Focus. The Zhonya's, I completely agree with. Zhonya's a fantastic item. Especially if you're about to get hooked or there's some kind of big damage. I mean, even with the Annie, if you can time it well. Wow, that Tristana died so fast. Ult going in on Ornn, Annie, and Elise. Misfortune ult just doing so much damage, tearing through him. Ornn trying to find the Misfortune, and Elise will find her. Ornn, unfortunately, going down. Elise will go down to the Smite, with Pike just having to run away here.
What a fantastic start to that fight for the side of GoonSquad. First, you got the 80 carry, already a big enough damage drop on the side of Chicken Ryders, but then you have, in a closed area, Miss NF just unleashing her ult onto the Ornn and the Annie there. Elise barely being able to get out of it before she loses half of her HP, but has to go down some point. It seems like there will be a Baron for the side of GoonSquad.
Alright, Ansem, I appreciate the message there telling me how to fix up the stream. We now have it perfectly aligned on the map. which is fantastic. So now y'all can see everything.
Oh, definitely.
I do wish I could move this, but it has all the important, most of the important things being shown.
Alright. It seems we're going into a more calm state, but drag is up. Will that be the soul for the side of Chicken Riders?
Looks like they're going for the hard contest. They have the ward. Sejuani jumps on in. Looks like they get it, but they're going and focusing just on Annie. Annie flashes away just to get stunned. Going down. Aatrox trying to find his way out right here. Elise going in to kill the Leona. Sejuani taking so much damage. Elise almost going down to the second end of the double up. And Syndra taking out the Ornn. Tristana now having to flash, jump away. Still almost getting away. Syndra now finding the Pike in with the ultimate. And the Misfortunal just one taps that Tristana.
I will say, even though they have soul, they still.
Oh, wow. Elise just instantly killing the Misfortune right there. But the Sejuani looking pretty strong, keeping her locked down and taking her down.
I will say, even though they have to use the Ocean Soul in such a good way to get the Syndra and the MF here. So it's just the CC lock between Leona
Infernal.
and Sejuani, and then the Infernal, yes. Well, I said Soul.
Said Ocean Soul.
Oh, I said Ocean.
There's not even an ocean. There's not even an Ocean Drake in this game, actually.
My bad. I have not had too much today. But I will say, even though these fights seem to be looking into.
Oh, Pike finding the Aatrox right here, and Aatrox just not able to fight, just trying to get away. With Pike missing that second stun, he might be able to do it. Sejuani jumping the wall for that Pike. Gonna have his stun up to jump away.
I will say, even though they have the damage on the Annie and Tristana, they're trying in these fights. Now getting the Ornn upgrades in for the Night Harvester, the Sunfire, the Sunfire and the Kraken Slayer. I just don't think it will be enough unless you guys can take out that Syndra and MF combo that Team GoonSquad has. So looking at the gold here, seems to be a over 5k gold lead for the side of GoonSquad here. That is actually not a lot, but
that is pretty substantial. However, if you look at the gold, at the actual gold, almost all of it on the gold lead is on that Syndra.
As well as MF still having a decent gold lead between her laners, but it seems to be only Syndra and MF.
Those are good too. Fantastic people to have a gold lead on, though. Those are heavy carries.
If you can just damage the Syndra and the MF enough for Pike to get in and do either one ult to get both of them or a double ult, it will be a big swing for the fights of coming, as I believe Elder will be spawning. Elder would be spawning sometime in the near future, as well as Baron probably respawning soon. I can't really check the times, but Tungisi, are you okay? Because your mic is having a bit of issues.
Oh, I have absolutely no idea what it is doing. I do apologize. I do get paid fairly soon, so hopefully I can get a better one that doesn't have this problem.
Yeah. Before you guys ask, he actually has a job. Seal does not pay him.
I work at Home Depot.
This is all volunteer, but it looks like we're starting to get all five members of each team around in the top side here.
Looking to crack that top lane.
Will a fight break out, or will they be able to hold off?
Oh, I'm sure a fight will break out. Both teams always looking for some kind of pick. And there it is, the Syndra stunning and going in with the Aatrox under 3 people. Taking all 3 of them down almost uncontested.
I will say, Jesus. that Syndra damage. Oh, and looks like Pike's getting caught out here too.
Yeah, they're going to try and catch out the Pike, but it looks like he's going to be able to make it out with his mobility. Tristana jumping in to try and save him as well.
But they looked like they could not continue on to the Leona as Syndra is just saving the MF. Oh, looks like more going on the Pike
Flash
here.
in on that Tristana. The stun comes out. Aatrox killing her, and Pike going down to the misfortune as well. Just so much CC and damage coming out from the side of GoonSquad.
Will the respawn timers be enough, or will GoonSquad actually be able to tear into the Nexus here?
Oh, looks like we got Elise and Annie alive. They were going to try their best. Elise instantly going down with the help of Leona's hard CC there. Ornn now alive. Aatrox finding his way to Annie, but turning all the way back to Ornn. Sejuani getting very, very low. Misfortune going down to the Annie. Ult coming out from the Sejuani. Syndra popping the barrier, allowing Aatrox and more damage to kill the Ornn. All that is up right now is Annie. Annie now flashing, but a good zone use from Syndra to keep her alive, flashing away from the Annie. And it looks like the Nexus is almost going to go down. Aatrox barely getting away and flashing in for the kill. That was some great ults from the Pike, I have to say, near the end.
It was a great attempt to save their Nexus, but sadly it was 1 HP.
I apologize. As soon as my client decides it wants to work, we'll get to the post game.
This was quite a game, but I think there was too much gold for the side of the.
Yeah, you say too much side, but personally, like watching this game and seeing what was happening, Chicken Ryders was making a pretty substantial comeback with what they were doing.
They were making a pretty substantial comeback there, but I think there was just too much on the side of the Syndra and the MF working together, communicating with the tanks, and just really just leaving Aatrox out to dry for a little bit, knowing that he will be able to come into play at some point in the game. Just there was a lot of pops from the Syndra there. You gotta respect the Syndra damage.
Yeah, Syndra popping off with the highest damage in the game. Ornn, Elise, and MF are tying very close for that third spot, or that second spot.
That is definitely there, but I think there was just too much help in the top lane after Ornn was already having his fun with the Aatrox, and just not enough help in the Syndra and the bot lane there. As Syndra and MF kind of just stomped their lanes out, waited, and kind of controlled the game at that point.
Alright, so we're going to go to a short intermission while we get ready for the next game. Hopefully everything is now set up with the stream, so it'll all look nicer, especially for this next one. I do appreciate the patience with me getting this figured out.
We will see you in a little bit. Yeah, you're gonna.
Alright, so it looks like they started without letting us know. So we've got our 6 bans all set up, and the Syndra ban is absolutely no surprise from the last game.
But there was also, but there's also a different band from the side of GoonSquad, the Elise actually.
Yeah, Elise was putting in some serious work. We got an Ornn from Chicken Riders again. They're really favoring him in the top lane.
Ornn is just really good right now in the top lane because he can brawl, he can just tank up, and he can also buy items without having to back. We got a Leona again from the side of GoonSquad with an unknown currently from. But honestly, what do you think Chicken Riders has to watch out for going into game 2?
Well, if there was anything that they had to watch out for, it was definitely be the bot laner and mid laner from GoonSquad. They are the two that got the farthest ahead, kept their lead, and kept GoonSquad ahead, going in that game. Sejuani also putting in quite a lot of work. Might not have been damaged, but she was tanky, she was hitting CC, and she just very difficult to kill. She was even able to fight Elise at one point.
Looks like we're getting an Aatrox again, but Pantheon Samira.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive champions. I don't know if it's going to be a Pantheon support after those nerfs, but
he is he's still very good in the support role, just not as utility based. But honestly, see Pantheon more into the jungle or the
mid.
Yeah, mid.
Generally
and then
mid.
we get Tristana again from the ADC. Not again. Oh,
Tristana has switched sides.
Oh yes. Sorry, it's still the same side. It's just I have to look at the names.
Come on, Destiny, get it together.
We're still getting Kindred ban from the side of GoonSquad, and yeah, hopefully everyone's still having a good night. Hopefully everyone has a drink of water, and hopefully no one's annoyed at our voices. And we're actually getting a Nivea ban this time from Chicken Riders. With a Lilia from GoonSquad. I've not seen that many Lilia bans or Lilia even being played that much.
I'm kind of sad. She's definitely one of my favorite junglers right now. So she's always enjoyable to watch. Just watch because of how much movement speed, how much she runs around the map.
Yeah. And we get a move still from Chicken Riders, but yeah, I agree with you. Lilia's also just fun to listen to, fun to play as. It's like always hear the eat from when something just randomly happens. So we're getting a pick from GoonSquad here. Who knows what it is going to be?
Yeah, I have noticed a lot. Oh, we're going back with the Sejuani running it back. I have noticed it though that a lot of the games, not even just this one, but they love to play aggressive bot lanes. I'm always seeing like Leona supports, Pikes, Nautilus with like Tristana's, Misfortunes. It's like a Yasuo yesterday, Samira's. Bot lane is very aggressive right now, not even in just like Noxus, but other divisions. Bot laners have been playing. They're opting away from those scaling champions like Jinx.
Oh, we actually are getting a Skarner most likely in the jungle for the Chicken Riders this time. A little bit more picking power there, especially with Pantheon as well. Pantheon just.
It's very different from the Elise.
I mean, Elise is also banned.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that it's a very, very different kind of champion compared to what he was ended up playing last game. You've got the Elise, which is a high damage AP pick champion, and you're switching over into like that very tanky Scorpion.
Looks like there will be a Karma, but I will say Chicken Riders here going for a more AD-centric comp here, with still some magic damage coming from the Karma, some from the Ornn. But it looks like their main damage dealers are primarily going to be AD, as we get Ahri as the final lock-in for GoonSquad. I'm not in the lobby.
Neither am I. I don't know if they've made it yet. Anyway.
But looking at these teams, what do you think they're going to do as we still get the Ornn versus the Aatrox matchup in the top lane? So I already pointed my things on that, but what do you think about the Samira probably... Well, let's just go on hypothetical and say it's Samira Karma or Samira Pantheon. What do you think that would be into a Tristana Leona lane?
So Tristana Leona, if I'm looking at it as just a pure Tristana Leona, we're ignoring like junglers and everything like that. If it's the Karma support, they are very susceptible to the Leona being able to engage and the Tristana being able to jump. But they do have that wind wall from Samira to stop that. If it's Pantheon Samira, it's going to be another lane like last game, where it's whichever support can get a cleaner engage in on the enemy AD carry.
But unlike last game, it seems Pantheon actually has a lot better of time of getting onto the enemy AD carry since he has a point-and-click stun, and his E will block all damage in front of him, and his Q now on a very reduced cooldown, and will still have that execute damage. So as we're getting ready here, what do you think about probably the mid lane matchup this time? At least Ahri into either Pantheon or Karma.
So Ahri into Karma, it's going to be very difficult to kill the Karma, and the Karma pre-6 will have some good poking on the Ahri, but it will still be a very difficult kill then as well. To be kind of a passive farm lane is how I would see it. But if it's the Pantheon mid, that's a complete 180. Ahri's going to have to be very careful in that kind of lane. Pantheon will do so much damage to her. He is a mid laner that you play if you want to just one-shot the enemy mage that they're playing in the mid lane.
And if Pantheon's at least in the mid lane, he can roam to either top or bot with his ult after 6. And looking at the jungle matchup here, I think it might go a little bit better for the Skarner, at least in trying to fight the Sejuani. Not as much early game power unlike the Elise, but still has some ganking power.
This is true.
But what do you think?
I will say, Skarner is a little bit weaker ganking, considerably weaker at ganking compared to that Elise that he had last game. He's going to have to play it a little bit more carefully, because the only form of engage that he's basically going to have is that E. And if he has to throw it onto some minions, it's going to slow down and be harder and harder to hit.
Actually, the E does not slow down anymore after it hits someone.
I thought it still slowed down on minions. Oh well. I'm very good at being wrong.
But unlike the Elise, the Skarner does have more dueling power, especially if he's in the shrines.
I don't recall seeing a Nunu in the pro draft, but there might have been something being said in the lobby that one of the picks, most likely the Skarner, was a mispick, and they meant to pick Nunu. That's what it is currently looking like.
Unfortunately, we weren't really told since this draft started without us. People love their casters. But actually, looking at this now, what do you think about it? Is going to be Karma mid, it seems, versus the Ahri. What do you think about the Nunu versus the Sejuani matchup?
So Nunu is going to be 180 from what I was saying about the Skarner. It is going to be a heavy ganking champion. Not as much CC as coming in from the Sejuani, but he's going to be very tanky, very difficult to kill, and he's going to be able to run through lanes and gank very constantly and very consistently.
Yeah, and it does look like we are getting the Pantheon in the support. We're going to see if Aatrox has learned from his mistakes in the top lane from last game, or is he going to make the same, or is he going to do the same thing in the Ornn and just hope it works? But honestly, Samir here, there's still quite a few CC that can just stop Samir from going in. So if they just save some of their CC for the Samir when she ults, I don't think Teamfight's going to go heavily in the Chicken Riders' favor. But what do you think the win condition for Chicken Riders here is now? Because it seems that GoonSquad is still going for really the same thing they did last game.
So the win condition, really, I'm just going to go for the Samira. They've got a Nunu, a heavy ganking jungler. I see him going like in the bot lane quite a bit. You've got the Ornn for team fights with the ultimate going off there. Karma, definitely a more supportive mid laner. And then taking the Pantheon, a very high damage champion as support in order to hopefully get the Samira ahead. I think that they are definitely throwing everything on bot lane here. Even if Samira does not get ahead, I think she has enough support from her other lanes, such as the Karma and the Ornn, from being able to keep her peeled and alive, to be able to do what she wants to do.
You definitely can see that you can't really mess up against a Samira, even if they are behind, because once she gets those few kills, she will just storm into a game and take it over like it was hers. Hmm. I will say that really for the side of GoonSquad, their stuff is mostly the same except for the mid and bot, except for the mid and 80 carry. So
Is there still that whooshing sound in the background? Because I haven't changed anything, so...
I have no idea.
Okay, well, you haven't been hearing it, but Dorgard and Ansem have apparently been hearing it, and I don't know what it is, because I have basically not moved in my chair very much since the start of this stream.
Oh, I hear it now.
Yeah?
I think it's coming from yours.
If you're
I don't think it's coming from mine because it happens when I don't talk.
It happens when you're not talking.
It
Yeah,
it happens during my talk and when I don't talk.
it's coming from mine, but I'm not really sure where, because, like, I don't even have a fan here.
Certainly weird, and it's probably not your breathing either. But
I breathe like a fan, apparently.
uh,
Is it very loud, or... Because maybe there's a way I can fix this.
depending on the volume of the stream, it seems, because I turned up the stream a little bit, it was not that loud.
Okay. I'll see what I can figure out that it is loud. Oh.
Okay. Thank you, Ansem. Thank you, God.
It might just be my mic breaking. If it is really that bad, I will leave Requiem alone to cast this.
Oh no.
Because I can't think of anything in my room that it would be causing, so it might just be my mic is going bad right now.
And that's at least a good thing you're getting paid tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta pay off tuition. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna leave Requiem to go ahead and cast this for a little bit, and maybe see if my mic fixes itself over the course of the game. Best of luck, and I will switch over to the in-game.
Oh, looking at everything here, everything seems to be normal. We got Comet on the Karma mid, and PTA on the Pantheon support. Honestly, and we got PTA on Tristana this time, not Halo Blades. I think that will definitely help in terms of Tristana's damage, but I don't know. Who says me? I don't really play ADC all that much. It feels weird being here alone, to be honest. But hopefully everyone's having a good day while we get into the game. And yeah. So just looking at all the stuff here, it's, we actually got Ignite, just Ignite versus Ignite in the mid lane here. I honestly thought Karma would go for a more defensive based summoner like the Cleanse or the Barrier. As we load in the game here, hopefully everything is good on the stream side. Oh, oh no. So apparently, hearing from what the host has to say, it's not really going well on the stream. Oh, that is sure one big logo there.
Welcome to
Well,
Summoner's
all
Rift.
as they try to fix that, I will try to sync it up to each other. So hopefully
30
everyone.
seconds until minions spawn.
I'm ready. Okay. Seems like we're having a flash onto the Tristana. Flash on the Tristana there, and the invade from going Chicken Ryders. Having to make Tristana use her flash, almost getting her with the Nunu. With the Nunu W there. But yeah, looks like they're going to have control over this
Minions have spawned.
the blue side buff now. But it looks like they're going for also an invade onto Chicken Riders' blue side buff. Maybe Ornn will be there to at least pop a ward. Who knows? It looks like buffs are starting to spawn. At least. Yeah, looks like both junglers are getting their enemies blue buffs there. So yeah, Tristana not having flash is going to be big deficit for her, but Pantheon also has no sums. Nunu's coming in, catching this Tristana mid jump, and that's going to be first blood to the Samira.
First
Or poor Tristana, not able to really do anything because of that invade, having to already have blown her flash. She probably should have expected the Nunu to come in at level 2, but hey, what can you say? Looks like Sejuani has taken the entire blue side away from Nunu, as Nunu has only really taken Sejuani's blue buff and started going into his red side. Sejuani's now going into her own red side to get her own camps. Pantheon still no sums. Samira still has heal, same as the Tristana. I'm getting a little bit of trading down onto both sides of the mid lane here. Top lane actually going a bit more calm. Aatrox just pushing in the Ornn. Nothing you can really do as the Ornn early levels, at least. But looks like we've entered a more calm period of the game other than the start earlier. Looking at items here, everything seems normal. Probably another refillable start on the Ornn, going into the Doran's shield. Oh, looks like Sejuani will actually smite away the scuttle from the Nunu, as Tristana gets engaged on again in the bot lane, having to get out. Nunu also living the skirmish between the Aatrox and the Sejuani as well. Well, so we'll have. Looks like Nunu and Sejuani are both going down towards the bottom scuttle now. With bot lane for the side of. For bot lane on the side of Chicken Riders actually going up to help the Nunu, so he does get that scuttle. Top lane going how you expect. A little trading now and again, just trying to farm up. Oh, we have an engage from the Ornn here. Aatrox doesn't really have anything else, but it looks like it's going to be about even trade. It's like Nunu's trying to get his camps against Sejuani, going up to help the Aatrox, and we have an engage here on the bot lane. So this time seems to be a lot better for the Tristana, but still getting damage on her. Damage is damage. Can't really heal it up that much. Doesn't have a refillable. Only has the Omnivamp from the Doran's Blade. Pantheon Samira lane, really hard to deal with. Oh, seems to be another engage here. Tristana actually almost dying. And here we have a little scuffle in the top lane. Just the Ornn fighting off the Sejuani. Almost getting Sejuani. Sejuani has flash to live. Oh, and Tristana does get tower dived, sadly. And will they be able to get out? Already had to use the blast cone, so Samira will be having to have a little bit of a problem there, but no charm on the Ari. She has no mana. Like the classic Tyler 1 quote, you have no mana, but seems now we're entering just another calm period of the game. Ooh, Ornn getting the Bramble Vest again. Really good item into a lot of top champions these days, but especially into champions like the Aatrox. Two kills already on the Samira, going for the Noon Quiver, and the Cloak of Agility, getting that extra crit, getting that extra damage and attack speed there. Leona actually going for something that I don't think she did last game, but for the Bramble Vest this time. Just a lot of normal items around the board. Pantheon actually getting his tier 2 boots already, so he will be able to fast. Getting trading here on the top lane. Nunu actually taking 2 tower shots, losing most of his HP. So it's like an average League of Legends game here for me. Aatrox seems to be trying to engage on the new. Pantheon's getting engaged on. Does not look like he'll be able to get out though, because of the Sejuani. Samira actually having to flash out while there's engaged on top lane between Ornn, Aatrox, and Nunu. Aatrox trying his best, but should not be autoing the Ornn if he wants that lifesteal. But the flash third Q will make the Nunu finally go down as Aatrox goes down to the Ornn. Ari walking up to try to also salvage that fight. GoonSquad taking the first strike here. Cloud Drake, not much, but still something. Samira just trying her best. Oh, looks like Ari taking down the Ornn, but having to flash away to no avail. Karma gets her flashback, flash Qs, and gets the Ari. Both summoners down on the mid lane. And both summoners actually back up on the Pantheon. Flash back up for the Tristana here. But it looks like they don't want to walk up much in this ball lane, especially into the Pantheon lane there. Yeah, it feels a little weird talking to myself, but why does God happen to me? I'm kidding. Looks like Pantheon and Samir going into Sejuani's blue side here. See if she got any camps up. But Samir should be careful. There are 4 on the side of GoonSquad ready to jump on her at a moment's notice. Ooh! Good job by the Samira blocking that Sejuani ult. They're able to get out for free, not having to blow any summoners for 2 ults on the side of... 2 ults inside GoonSquad here, and Samira actually picking up 2 kills. Leona getting the shutdown. Yeah, no, you want to kill the Samira. Sadly, the ADC's already dead, so you can't give it to her. Oh, we're having an engage here on the top lane. Forgot to say the Pantheon tried his best into Leona, but couldn't do any more damage. Aatrox trying to go in on the Ornn here. Oh, cancel the auto and miss his third Q. That is unfortunate to see. Aatrox, will you be able to win this, or will Ornn is just not attacking the Aatrox here? He's just letting Aatrox beat on him. Well, we have a little... I'm going by what I see. Hi, Ansem.
Hello there, sir. I am here to help assist in the cathing, as there apparently appears to be technical issues.
So,
If I could get a time to make sure that I am accurate, that would be great.
Here, I'll pause. I'm at a minute and 18 seconds. Oh, that's why you're so far ahead of me.
Yes.
Yeah, and apparently my thing stopped.
All right, so
10
we do have a dive going on into the bottom lane. Leona does get the stun onto the Samira. The Samira takes damage first from the tower, and now the Leona is trying to survive. The Pantheon does go down to the tower, thanks to the Tristana. Now the Tristana is going to jump in and take down the Nunu for the double kill. I am currently at 11, 13, 14, 15,
I'm at
16.
11, 16.
Yeah, so just gets alive.
And here we have a little scuffle in the mid lane here.
Ari's just doing what she do, trying to bully the Karma away. She is going to be able to get out of that. It looks like she's going to be going for the what is that Imperial Mandate for Karma? Oh, Leona does go in onto the Samira. The Samira does jump out, but now Tristana can jump in and will try to take out the Samira. Does actually end up getting her thanks to a couple of minions, and it is going to jump away from the Pantheon and escape just fine and dandy.
Mm-hmm. Here we see Ornn just beefing up on the armor side.
Yep. I love the Bramble Vest against the Aatrox. It makes it so that way Aatrox, if he ever auto attacks, then Aatrox can no longer sustain in that. But allowing yourself to get hit by 3 weak spots. Now the bottom lane does have a fight going on. The Tristana does get a lot of damage taken by the Pantheon. The Pantheon is going to get the Tristana thanks to the Ignite, but the Tristana does, the Leona does get the Retribution kill thanks to some minion damage at the end of it.
We'll say here something that Leona actually did not go last game for the side of GoonSquad is actually the Bramble Fest, one of her first items there. What do you think of Bramble for supports?
I think it's okay. It's a lot less expensive than it used to be, compared to last season, so it's fine. What's really weird to me is that she went Swiftness boots.
Yeah.
You're against hard crowd control. If you wanted to go against a defensive boot that could deal with that, it's Merc Trends. But now they do jump onto the Nunu. The Nunu doesn't get hit by the ultimate, so now they're going to have to walk away. C10 Ziggy with the whiffs. Now the Karma will be able to dodge away. The Karma did finish her. Oh, but now the Aatrox will teleport down. They do not get the stop on it, so now they're trying to jump as hard as they can onto the Samira. The Samira will be able to escape. The Karma did finish her Imperial Mandate, as I was trying to say earlier. Ari has not finished her item, but I believe she has the gold for it.
Looks like she might have the gold for it, or she just needs.
But now they're going to try and see it, and Miss Smite on the dragon there could have been stolen. But luckily Nunu did not have a blast cone for him to get over to. And for my mini-map, it's currently bugged where it looks like Nunu has a snowball permanently on him.
Oh yes, you love to see that bug. It's very funny. But actually, I think the Bramble Vest was a really okay thing for Leona to buy here. She's against 2 champions that want to buy Lifesteal Mythics, which is Samira and the Pantheon.
So Pantheon's Mythic is going to be the Eclipse, which is Omnivamp. And he comes, and Leona does go in on him under tower, does have to take a couple tower shots before she can get out. But she will be fine. And now they're like, oh god, things are about to happen here. We just know it. But nothing's really going to happen here. They're just going to push in. There's nothing to gain. Leona does try to go in onto the Samira. Now, the Sejuani is actually here. And now they're going in. The Pantheon is going to drop. And now the Tristana is going to jump on her. The Samira does use her Wind Wall 360 no-scope to stop the Sejuani's ultimate. With that, it'll be a 1-for-0. Maybe they'll be able to get this bottom lane. It's a little bit more HP than they would probably want, but Samira can't stay safely without knowing if Sejuani is here or not. But whether or not that is the case, they're just going to booty blast her down to the depths. And now Ornn is feeling himself a bit with the Bramble Vest and with the Bammies, both of which are doing a lot of damage onto this Aatrox. Now the Nunu is coming up here and does throw a snowball, but doesn't quite connect. The Gourd Drinker is keeping the Aatrox alive a lot more a lot more helpfully. Leona does try to go in. That would have been not smart to have gone in there with as little health as she had. She has no idea where the Samira is. I know that she was just coming up. They just saw Nunu and all of them, but you are low, and it is not effective for you to trade there when you have a bounty of 300 gold as a support.
Oh, definitely. And seems here.
Oh, but now we have a fight looking to spree happening over in the Rift Herald. Ari does land her charm onto the Nunu. The Ornn will use her ultimate and will actually drop a bunch of damage onto the Ari. The Sejuani is getting really low as well. The Leona and Tristana do end up making it before the opposing bottom lane, and now the Aatrox is also going to be taken down by the Nunu. The Leona is trying to look for the Samira. The Samira does dodge out of the E, and with Pantheon now on the side here, they're going to look to see, does get the stun onto the onto the Ari. The Ari will be able to get out. The Sejuani through her ultimate. Leona does go in and does help to guarantee the kill onto the Nunu. So now there's no smite threat. And it looks like they actually did take the Rift Herald, so there's no smite threat at all. Pantheon does go in and does get suicided. Now the Tristana and the Leona will be able to take out Pantheon as retribution for trying to think that they could take out the Sejuani. Now the Ornn is going to teleport in, and I'm not sure what he thinks he's going to do. Like, he doesn't have his ultimate. He has his flash, but I don't think it is a good idea for him to try anything. Sejuani is going to have to book it before the Ornn can catch up. Does get over the wall just in the nick of time. Now Tristana kind of looking as if she's going to try and do some crazy, insane play. Does go on to the Samira, but doesn't get anything and goes down to the Ornn.
I will say that was a little ambitious by the Tristana there. Didn't really have anyone to follow up. Basically, very ambitious by her there, but
Oh, and now Pantheon is going to be charging in onto the Ari. The Ari doesn't have much mana left. She does go and get the ult and does take down the Pantheon in retribution. The Samira is now trying to survive.
it looks like Riftfield's also going to get its second charge here.
Yep, which is pretty effective. Aatrox is going to be probably taking out that top lane tower. He does have teleport in time for the dragon. So, 1-for-1 tower trade, but a lot of kills have been going over to GoonSquad.
There's just been constant fighting, hasn't there, Ansem?
Yeah, can you calm it? Jeez.
I think if there's any more fighting, I think you're going to lose your voice here.
Nah, at least tomorrow's Friday, so, you know,
At least.
I have that. I've got that going for me.
Oh, looks like they're going to engage on Dragon here.
Yeah, Pantheon is going to go over the wall. The Sejuani does get dropped, and the Ornn takes up the dragon. And now they're going to win the fight here. The Pantheon does take out the Sejuani. Now the Samira is trying to go and show off her kit to everybody. Karma is keeping the Aatrox on a leash, but will be able to escape from it. Pantheon is still on the look for others. And with that, it'll be an objective win. Oh, they've been playing on this one.
An objective. Oh, there's
Chicken Ryders, thank you. Now, from one direction, and there were people on both sides of him. They were not going to be able to stop that. So. And now Aatrox is looking to go in. Does get a sweet spot onto the Samira. The Samira is able to get away, but now the Ornn is taking a lot of damage from the Tristana. Tristana is going to be able to get that kill. And now the Samira's R is going to be cancelled. Now they're trying to get away from all these people, but Samira will go down to the Tristana hippity-hopping around.
I don't think we've had a break in fights yet. It's like it's just been one fight ends,
Now
another one
Pantheon
starts.
is back. He will try to just do like a little bit of wave clearing, but not to much avail. There are 5 people against 1. That is not fair odds for a support Pantheon. Maybe a carry Pantheon, just not a support.
I will say even with that objective win, there's still a 4K gold lead for the side of GoonSquad here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
looking,
so the Dragon Steel was really just to delay it,
Mhm.
because they built a comp built around the Samira. Uh, oh no, he's really going for it now.
I don't know what is going
I
on
think
here, but
I think that this
these
is
teams.
I think that this is actually griefing.
I don't know what's going on here, but these teams seem to be
He
really
does manage to.
ambitious. For
Oh
these
wait, he
kills.
actually managed to get that kill, but now the Leona is onto the Nunu. The Nunu is going to try to walk away. Pantheon has to.
And
Teleport.
no,
So now it'll be a 44 without the top laners, or without the top lane from Aatrox. That Samira's able to get dropped by that, and now they don't have any damage, so they're just going to lose this fight. The Ornn may be able to get one, if anything, but they're already going down. This is a lost fight for them. So this is the problem with the one carry comps. If your one source of damage really gets dropped early, then you just don't have damage, and that's what shows in this battle here. Yes, the Imperial Mandate does allow for a little bit more, but really you need the Samira, and she's behind the Tristana by at least an entire item.
she's behind on the entire item. Still may have more farm than the Samira, but all those fights have put the Tristana just so far ahead of her AD carry. And I will, and that's what's good for the side of GoonSquad here is that they have the double carry with the Ahri and the Tristana.
Now here you see the Pantheon leaping before he looks.
I will say this Pantheon
Oh
does. This Pantheon gets caught out a lot, and I think in the prior game he got caught out a lot on Pike as well. I don't necessarily remember, but it looks like they're going to be setting up for a Baron play here.
And if you look on the both sides, actually, their vision scores are kind of low, all honestly.
Samir,
Oh, the Ahri does get the charm onto the Samira. The Samira does get a lot of shields thanks to her shield bow.
shield bow, and the Karma.
But will not be able to take out either of them, so they'll just walk away. Baron for free.
Looking at the items here, Leona actually finished her locket. Tristana actually going for a Mortal Reminder, and Sejuani actually finishing a Warmogs here.
Yeah, so she's got her 3k health already, so that's fine. I don't think the full Mortal Reminder was needed, just the Executioner.
I don't think they noticed a Nunu in the back there.
They're about to. So the first dragon was a good steal, but now it's going to be up to them to be able to steal. Again, Nunu is really slow onto this transition, and they're going to be able to take out the dragon. The dragon goes to the side of GoonSquad. This is not soul yet, but this is going to be a fight. And now Samira's all the way in the back line. She has no support. The Pantheon is trying to keep her alive as much as she can, but she already goes down to the Ahri. Now the Nunu is going down, and this is going to be a full wipe for Chicken Ryders. Chicken Ryders didn't look like they fully planned this fight really well. They do actually make a trade from the bottom side, but Ornn do not flash. So you already know that you're dead. You have less than a 10% HP, and they have ways to get over the wall. You are not supposed to flash that ever.
I will say it was good that the fact that they took out the Tristana, but there's still the damage output from the Ahri and the Aatrox there. Aatrox actually did a lot better this game than the first game into the Ornn.
Yeah, so it was just a comp built difference. The idea is good, but the thing is, you need an AD carry that one can perform and two is just able to do God mode things. You have the God mode champion, just not the God mode player. It's not a knock on Chaotix. But the thing is that you need somebody of like the same caliber of Uzi in a sense
Mm-hmm.
to be able to do a 1v9 comp that's built for you. And from this game, it does not look like Chaotix is that kind of player.
I will also say though will it probably does help Chicken Riders if the Pantheon's not always being caught out.
Yeah. Wait, did I just see Arja's ult?
I believe she did, or it just looked weird because of the spectator thing.
Yeah, that was weird because I saw her like kind of dash. I thought that was good.
Oh,
But,
we actually have the Thornmail completed for the Leona here.
And you
Not
know,
bad.
I'm okay with that because you know because Thornmail, when you CC a champion, it applies the 60%.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine. She has 3 forms of CC, and now they're going to jump onto the Samir. The Samir is already gone, and that is going to be a one fight for GoonSquad. GoonSquad is going to win this game, probably as it looks. Samira is way too far forward. She should never be in front of
only-
Pantheon, Nunu, or Ornn. It doesn't matter if she has her ultimate or not because they have several ways of instantly CCing her out of her ultimate.
Even
So-
a point-click way. But
Technically, too, if you really wanted to go on it. But now the Aatrox will be able to go in. Does actually get the Tristana flash. She was afraid of Pantheon getting some stuns onto her, but I mean she's pretty well built, so I don't think that was necessary.
I will say I think Chicken Riders put their eggs too much into the Samira basket there. Plus,
Yeah.
with Pantheon being really ambitious and getting caught out all the time, it just made it harder for Chicken Riders to just get that lead and stick to it. But
Like
GoonSquad actually been kind of playing this really well, though.
I understand that Samira, if they, as Captain Flowers once said, if they put any more tools in this
In this one champion, she
in
can
this
fix the car.
champion's kit, then she can fix a car. But she can't do it all alone. She needs that setup with her. They did have it in the early game, but it looks like that they are fighting in top lane. The top lane, they are going to be able to get the Samira out of that, and now she's trying to do some damage to this Leona, but the Thornmail is doing a lot of damage to her. Oh, Goonball actually dropped earlier. I didn't even see that. But now the Aatrox and the Sejuani are trying to escape from the Nunu and the Karma. The Karma is trying to keep alive everybody as much as she can. But now the Leona is going to be going down, and now they're going to try and see if they can get any more damage off on them. And that'll be so far a 1-for-2. Now the Samira is trying to go in. They are going to be able to take her down, but they do take down the Ahri. Now there's only the damage source from the Aatrox, and the Ornn is able to out-damage him in a one-on-one scenario. But now Nunu is trying to bait out the Aatrox a little bit and does get baited out, and that'll be going down. So now a 2-for-4.
That was a little bit of a misplay on the side of GoonSquad there. They were behind the tower, no minions to get out, and they started a fight in the base. And they got split really early into that fight.
Yeah, you're not killing this Nunu. Just walk away, my dude. Okay, I mean you could take the. Oh, but the dragon is up, and we still have another 10 seconds for the Ahri, another 20 for the Aatrox. The Aatrox does have teleport, so he'll be able to get over. But the Tristana is already taking down the dragon, and the dragon is going to go down. This is going to be soul for them, and that is it. That is soul point and probably game now. Tristana does jump up and over. Now the Tristana does get some damage out and does go down, but will take out the Karma before she does finally say her final goodbyes. And so good job for the Sejuani, you know, pretty bulky, can keep them busy for a while. Now the Samira is going to have to try and keep away. Samira will get dropped, so will the Pantheon, and that will be a 4-for-1.
Plus the dragon.
Plus the soul.
I will say, sorry, Chicken Riders, but there is no way you are killing a Sejuani Leona while having Aatrox down the line.
So the thing is that with Samira, ooh, nice charm to stop the dash from Set.
Ornn.
Ornn. His
Set's
name
banned.
is Set. His name is Set. But anyways, so So there's a thing about Samira that makes her different than other AD carries in the meta right now. So yes, she has all of these tools for her kit to keep her alive through lifesteal, but because of that, she doesn't necessarily maximize her attack speed stat, so she's not a good tank killer. Tristana, she built to be one. You are against 3 tanks, 2 of which are effectively super tanks. You're never going to be able to kill them with a Samira. And point in case here, we do see them drop their 3 frontliners. Now their Karma's down, and all that's left is the Samira. And that will actually be a surrender vote from the Chicken Riders. They just accept it is done, it is over.
They just accept.
We're just going to go. We're going to go. Have some hot cocoa and go to bed. Yes, show them damage stats.
I will say they almost got the Aatrox for that gourd drinker. That gourd one heck of an item with around 3 people.
Yeah. Gourd drinker. The fact that it gives you a Darius Q that's instant, that needs to be nerfed a little bit.
It at least it doesn't give Omnivamp.
Close enough.
It
But
does.
yeah.
That's
So, while that is true, so Ornn had the most damage in the game. He was battling an Aatrox, not winning, just battling him.
Mm.
And because Aatrox is a champion that allows you to heal as much as you do, it didn't show any results. Now a previous match, selfless plug here, there was a match for a Shen versus an Aatrox, and the Shen did a lot of damage in the game while beating up on an Aatrox. But the difference is, 1, the Shen won, 2, the Shen was actually able to kill the Aatrox.
I mean, even looking at the last game, he did brawl and he did a lot better last game. But most of the time when he was brawling Aatrox, the second game, he was not doing like autos or even attacking them. He was just letting the Bramble do its thing. Sure.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on down to the post-game interview channel. And
that was certainly a game there. There was also non-stop fighting. I think Anson's voice box almost broke a few times.
Hello.
hello there.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's going good. How's it going now that you're a winner?
Oh, feeling good. Feeling great.
Honestly, did you enjoy that game versus Chicken Riders, who apparently were the champions of the Failure division last year?
Yeah.
We're not champions, but a really good team.
We enjoyed it. We felt pretty confident going in. We felt pretty confident throughout most of the games, and I think we're feeling pretty confident for the rest of the season.
So I didn't see how the draft went, but as you were watching how the draft was going for game 2, did you think, okay, we just need to just bully the Samira to non-existence?
Yeah, we were pretty confident they were going to try and get us early with the Samira Pantheon, which they did. They got us with the level 2 Nunu gank, but after about like level 4 or 5, we were able to, get back on her with, Leona has so much CC, Sejuani has so much CC. We were just able to shut them down, and Pantheon wasn't able to scale as well as the rest of our team.
Team was a lot more towards the late game there with Sejuani, Leona, than the Tristana there. But what did you feel about the about some of the players on Chicken Riders team personally?
I know they were their support was flash emoting us a couple times at the beginning, and they were they were trying to fight us a lot, so it just felt like a little bit of a fiesta, like a little bit of a fun scrim game.
Felt
Um,
felt good to put him back down to size.
oh yeah, but
What
yeah.
was the idea behind your two comps for both games? 'Cause
Um,
it seems you really only changed really the mid lane and the ADC.
yeah, we switched up the ADC because we figured with the Pantheon and Nunu we'd want to play a little more safe, which it worked out a little bit. And then obviously they banned out our mid laner pretty hard in the second game. They banned his Syndra, Anivia, and Victor, so he had to bring out the Ari. But I mean, we wanted to keep the Aatrox. We thought it would do pretty well into the Ornn. Did okay, and then obviously the Sejuani and Leona did well both games.
I like the target for the Elise. She seemed really oppressive early game, especially in the top half of the map.
Yeah, she definitely gave us a lot of trouble in the first game, so
But
we wanted to get her out of there.
I will say your Syndra player game one did really well. Was always seeming to at least pop one or two people per fight.
Oh yeah, there was one moment where even he was surprised with the amount of damage he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
The Syndra is real strong right now.
Anything you wanted to ask him, Ansem?
Um. So, not really. Just I want to actually congratulate your Leona for
Mhm.
recognizing how effective Thornmail actually is
Oh,
for their
thanks.
comp.
Yeah,
Um,
I I rushed that as fast as I could.
yeah, because the 40% is fine, but the fact that as Leona you have three sources of crowd control, um, you can apply the 60% instantly to anybody that you feel like it.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, that definitely helped us come back from the early game.
Yep.
So yeah,
And
thanks for that.
I will say good luck in your good luck in your future matches, and hopefully things keep looking up for your team. Because I know I know you guys' first two matches did not go incredibly into your favor.
Yeah, we're still trying to work out the kinks. Try to figure out what team comps work out the best. Like me and our mid laner and our top laner are all new to Seal, so we're still figuring it all out.
Welcome.
But thanks.
Yeah,
But
welcome.
yeah, we're enjoying ourselves and looking forward to all the games ahead.
But does seem that comp would be a really strong one to keep practicing on,
Oh yeah, for
especially
sure,
with other champions, just in case it gets banned out.
for sure.
But
All right, that
thank
is
you.
all that I have. I believe we're about ready to just get on going to bed because it is 11 p.m.
All
So,
right.
thank you for joining us,
Thank you.
and thank you to the caster and hosts of tonight. Unfortunate about your mic, Mr. Host, but things happen.
And thank you for coming in to help, Ansem.
Yeah. All right. So, thank you, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow. We have at least one match on the docket for the stream tomorrow at about 9 p.m. EST. The Demacian Storm Riders versus Tactical Inting. So be sure to check it out tomorrow night. Okay? All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, guys.